Ooh, very interesting. We've got Ribbon Girl here from Yam. They have the toaster and the cracker arm equipped, while Foxster has Max Brass equipped with double stun arms. He's got Tri-Bolt and Chakram.
Yes.
Much like Alumox here, in the past, sorry. Much like Alumox with their brass, specifically Foxster's, he is gonna want to put a lot of pressure on Ribbon Girl, especially with the stun arms, because Ribbon is gonna be in the air quite a bit, so Foxster is gonna want to be sure to catch her in the air to be sure to do lots and lots of damage, as you can see there with that Chakram and grab combo. Oh my goodness!
I love that juggle so much. I love that juggle so much. Not enough people do that type of juggle.
Ooh.
Yeah, that juggle works. That juggle works. If you hit 2 stun arms into a rush, if your timing is right and if you're close enough, you can confirm into a rush right there. Do I agree with Foxster using rush there? No, but it's cool, so I don't care. I don't care. It was cool. It was cool. But we do see, going back to Foxster's set for a second, Foxster is running double stun arms. A relatively notable set in the arms community on brass. An old brass player by the name of Serp did used to run this specific set of Tri-Bolt Chakram, and the whole idea of the set is just to go for just grab confirms. With this type of stun build, you are really well equipped of just having multiple opportunities to get a confirm into a grab or a rush. So this set just basically plays off of just any like big moment that you can get, any like burst tempo pretty much. Oh yeah, like pops rush, but doesn't even get anything off of it.
That very nasty shield break coming from Foxster. Seems like Foxster is pretty much just chilling as he is getting his buff up ability very easily, and there is a trampoline. There is a trampoline all and about, just waiting and ready to be used, but unfortunately not anymore because Foxster takes game 1.
Yeah, Foxster doing a really good job with that set, just being able to like apply that pressure and finding openings to get those grab confirms. Really well played on the side of Foxster right there, just getting those was just able to slip those confirms through, able to get that damage in, and was able to secure that first game in a relatively dominant fashion, mind you. Pretty well played stuff on the side of Foxster right there.
That rush combo was absolutely insane. Was not expecting that at all. And like you said, it's very hard to do, but if done right, it does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. Like a lot. Like a poop ton of damage. A poop ton of damage.
A poop ton of damage. Yeah, Aya and her poop, bro. Aya and her poop.
Stop! Leave me alone!
Leave me alone. You did this to yourself. Nah. I cannot take this. I cannot take this. No.
No, but you're bullying me,
nope,
so...
Nope. You did this to yourself. You can't make a poop joke and then complain that I'm talking about you making a poop joke. Okay, buddy. Lock in.
No. You're being mean. But anyways, seems like they are going to be heading to Temple for their next game. Will Yam continue to pick the Ribbon Girl, or will they decide to switch characters?
Speaking of Ribbon Girl, I forgot to swap it on this thing, but they're gonna swap to Bim anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Seems like Yam here has Min Min equipped. Excuse me, I was trying to stop my yawn from happening. I did not want to be heard on stream. Apologies.
It's fine. We all sleeping in this house. We all sleep in this. Ooh. Both sides just like starting off just walking right now. Yam was able to pop Foxster with that dragon arm. And Yam picking Temple Grounds, pretty smart choice in order to just get that install, in order to apply pressure onto grass, as well as to just... what else? As well as to just use those pillars to his advantage to just prevent Foxster from essentially just like getting in his face, and it's seeming to work really well as Yam is just getting a lot of hits off onto Foxster, sitting on a perfect right now, not going to get any more because of that shield chip damage. And then Foxster is just able to open up the defense of Yam to try to make something happen right here. But one thing we do know about Yam, his defense is really solid. So let's see how he plays this.
Yeah, those charged roaster hits were really catching Foxster off guard, but it seems like Foxster here is going to make a comeback, it seems.
Ooh.
As he gets sniped by that roaster from Yam. Oh my goodness gracious. This arm, man, is so fast, especially with Dragon Arm Min. It's so fast. Like, you saw how quickly his health meter was in that last round. Like, oh my goodness gracious, that was very fast.
Indeed. Big props to Foxster for almost being able to run that back, though. As they say in the ARMS community, never say GG's to a Max Brass, because once that 25% comes in, as fast as you're able to chip him down, he could easily take that back. Oh, good counter rush by Yam.
My goodness.
Yam is on fire right now, absolutely dominating this game as he's once again sitting on another perfect. But once again, Foxster at that 25% health, but it doesn't matter. Yam is just like that, gets the perfect onto Foxster and is able to go to game 3. I thought it was BO3 for a sec, but no, it's still BO5. This is Losers Finals, chat. This is Losers Finals.
Yeah, that honestly, that Min gameplay was exceptional. The fact that Yam just kept getting those charge roaster hits on Foxster every single time he kept waking up. Oh my goodness, that was just insane. Like, just the fact that roaster is so fast, especially on a when charged like that, it's just insane. It's absolutely insane. That round, or those rounds, were absolutely insane.
Yes, honestly, for sure. Yeah, really good stuff on the side of Yam. That Min pick, by the way, I forgot to switch to Min on the thing because I'm a chud. But that Min pick proved to be working really well for Yam in that situation. So we are going to see what Foxster is going to try to counterpick with here. Spring Malzo and Sparring have gotten banned, so let's see how Foxster tries to go. Yam smartly banning all the close range stages, especially against Brass. And Foxster is going to opt to go to Via. We are going to see if Foxster is going to opt for any character changes or if he's going to just stick with his guts and stay on Brass.
Seems so. Via Dolce, I think this is also the first map we've got on the stream. Excuse me? Kid Cobra? On the stream? Oh my goodness. A big smile just grew on my face.
Yeah, I know you're very happy right now. I wonder what your favorite character is. I wonder what your favorite character is.
For those who don't know me in the ARMS community, I wonder why this character is my favorite. I wonder why.
I am quite curious.
Anyways, that aside, I'm honestly very surprised that Foxster is switching to Kid Cobra with this very, very strong set. One of the most powerful sets in this game. And for those of you who are not aware, the set specifically that Foxster is using on Kid Cobra, which is very well known to be called Clapback Cobra, is one of the most powerful sets along with this character in the game. There is practically almost little to no counter to this set, and pretty much as you can clearly see here with the way that Yam is playing, the only real counter against this set is curve arms, pretty much, if played and also directed right, because Clapback in particular is a very strong arm. If an arm hits that arm, it basically is going to reflect back and most likely hit you. So you got to play your cards right very carefully, especially against this character. And another thing about this character with this set that is very powerful is his arm girth. Kid Cobra has the biggest arm girth in the game. And I don't know why. I really don't understand what the devs were doing with that choice, but he's got the biggest arm girth in the game, and it just exists. Like, I don't know why it exists with this character, but it just does.
Yeah, for sure. We can see Yam having it's struggling quite a bit against this set, and as you were saying earlier, this set is like really good on Cobra, not just because of the arm growth, but because of Cobra's movement as well. Cobra having some of the best mobility in the entire game. It's to the point where despite Yam having a curving arm, Foxster it's still relatively easy for a Kid Cobra to just avoid any curving arm hits just with his movement alone, even if the clapback is out. And we do see Foxster using that to his advantage, putting Yam at a magic pixel. And with that popper, he's gonna try to chip him out with uncharged popper hits. Only needs one more hit to try to close it out. Doesn't seem to be getting any hits yet though. Yam is doing a really good job of just like playing defensively here, trying to avoid these hits. Oh, but the rush comes in.
Yep, and ooh. Yep, the unfortunate clapback from the rush hits Yam, which means that Foxster takes game 2. Very surprising pick. I was not expecting Foxster to pick clapback Cobra. I really was not expecting that.
Yeah, neither was I. I have seen him play this set before. I know he has that set in his back pocket. And I am honestly quite surprised I did whip it out like right here, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to win. I don't blame you.
Yeah. Honestly, if you just gotta you just gotta do what you gotta do. You're almost there. You're almost there.
Almost there.
You're almost there. Alright, so it seems like they're heading towards the bans now. They're gonna be banning their stages. We're patiently just waiting for that.
Yeah, for sure. It is Foxster going off his 3 bans right here, so we are going to see what he's going to ban right here. I think he's typing Ribbon, Spring, and Scrap. Scrapyard is
very
gone.
Interesting bans. Very interesting bans. All right, it is now up to Yam to pick the stage, and they are going back to Temple Grounds. Interesting indeed. I wonder if Yam is going to switch characters, or if they are just going to be content with the Min. I'm very curious.
I do think, as far as his repertoire goes, I do think the Min could be good against clapback Cobra, just for that Dragon Arm utility in order to have an easier time at hitting Cobra. But at the same time, we are gonna see what Yam is gonna go for. It's gonna go back to the Min. That's for sure. And it's gonna have a complete set change, swapping over to the T-Bird Ice Dragon. Quite an interesting set to run against this. Let's see how this works out for him.
It is a very interesting set indeed. I do understand the pick here, though. That Thunderbird is going to do a lot of curving. And as you can see, they're very cleanly hitting, dealing the Electro hit and the grab combo. And like I was saying earlier with the clapback Cobra set, it is very commonly well known to have, especially for a counter against this set, it's essential to have a curving arm against this set, because as you can clearly see here, it is pretty much the only way, as you could clearly see with the way that Yam was using that curving arm to get ahead of Foxster there. And it seems like it is working very well for him. But a little word of advice against clapback Cobras, especially since it is the most powerful set in the game. I strongly suggest to utilize your curving arms in any way you can, because with the way that Kid Cobra moves, especially with the shield out like that, you gotta make sure that you catch them off guard with the sudden hit.
Yeah, for sure. We do see Foxster opting to switch over to the Tri-Blast as opposed to the Popper. Still good, really good utility-wise for this particular set and for Cobra in general. But with the added explosive pressure, which I think Foxster is going to want to utilize here, as he is locking Yam into a corner. Yam is able to hit Foxster, able to get out of that corner, able to force back into neutral. However, Yam does have a mountain to climb in the situation, and with that Tri-Blast hit, I don't think Yam is gonna be able to do it in this situation. He is one hit. It's still feasible. How did he live that?
Oh my goodness gracious!
He didn't live that.
Oh, that was very close though. That was very, very close.
Yeah, very close
I will
indeed.
admit, that was very close to avoiding from Yam. Seems like it is down to the final game. Will Yam be able to make a comeback and take it to the final game? Or will Foxster take it and move on to Grands facing Astro Ninja?
I'm really interested to see what's going to happen right here. Yam does have the rush advantage, trying to find an opening with that T-Bird and Dragon. Was doing good work in that first round, but I think Foxster was able to adapt going on into the second. Good damage going on from Yam right here. And this could be a rush. The opts to not go for the rush that time, instead offering to go for a grab, getting a better positional advantage over Foxster. However, Foxster, with that Tri-Blast, is able to find his way out of this advantage. Rush coming out on the side of Foxster. Is able to deal 235 damage, not much, but it is something. And Foxster is able to keep the advantage state with another knockdown from that Tri-Blast.
Yeah, it seems like, especially within those last few confirms that Yam got, Yam just wants to get as much damage as possible and just wait for the rush to do the finish. But unfortunately, Foxster does cancel out Yam's rush with that Tri-Blast there. And oh my goodness gracious, Yam is just cornered. Yam just got cornered there. How unfortunate, but GG's nonetheless, as Foxster now moves on to Grand Finals facing Astro Ninja. Congratulations to Foxster for moving on, and GG's to Yam.
GG's indeed. Really good stuff from the side of Yam. Was able to get opportunities for damage there. Was able to find openings against Foxster to try to just keep him on his toes, but unfortunately for Yam, Foxster was just able to prevail, and Foxster does move on to the next set.
Yes, indeed. And now, ladies and gentlemen,